Is it 10:30? Does anyone have the time? I think it might be time. All right, let's close the door over here. We'll leave the back one open. And are we ready with the live stream back there, guys? We are a go. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to Unity of Melbourne, a positive path for spiritual living. I want to affirm that something good, something wonderful, something miraculous is going to happen to you today because you decided to come here and celebrate the higher power of your understanding with us this morning. So I want to welcome our online folks as well as our in-person folks. And if you're here for the first time, an extra special welcome to you. If you did not get a gift bag on your way in and you would like one with some more information about this ministry, this community, please feel free to ask for one before you leave today. And we'll make sure that you get what you need so that you can learn more about this place that we love to be. All right. Today's service is a little unusual. Even the chairs are set up differently than usual, aren't they, for the folks that are used to being here? We are Mystic Sounds. I'm Deborah.
I'm Trisha. And I'm Vashti.
And we're here today as part of our Summer of Abundance series to give you a sound bath and with the intention of washing away any obstacles between us and our highest good and bringing in the energy of infinite abundance, abundant love, abundant prosperity, abundant joy, all the things that you could want in great abundance. All right, so this is an odd request in a morning service, I know, but please get your phones out.
Yes, take your phones out.
Get your phones out. I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that.
If you would like.
Now you don't, this is not obligatory. You don't have to do this. However, Unity of Melbourne is participating in 100 days of mindful practice leading up to the general election this November. And if you sign up, you can receive a 2-minute pre-recorded meditation around 10 o'clock every morning. And the intention of that meditation is to collectively set an intention for peace, harmony, and healing. We could all use a little of that leading up to November 5th, couldn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, turn off the news, turn on those meditations that you're going to get at 10 o'clock every morning. So in order to do that, you text the word JOIN, J-O-I-N. So get your text messaging app open. And the phone number to text is 470.
That's 470.
784.
784.
02.
02.
50.
50.
You're texting the word JOIN, J-O-I-N, JOIN, to 470-784-0250. All right? Okay, one more time.
Yep.
The word JOIN to 470-784-0250. I've been getting them all this past week, and they're pretty lovely, I have to say. So while you have your phones out, if you're social media people and you want to check in on social media and let friends know that you're here celebrating with us today, we'd love for you to do that. And then, please, collectively, let's silence our phones and put them away.
That's great. Good morning, everybody. It's so good to be here today and doing something different. I get to do the postcard this morning. We are a friendly group here at Unity of Melbourne, and we don't have a mission statement. We have a why statement. It's not up on the screen today, so if you'll repeat it after me, it is, we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. Everybody together. We love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. That sounded so amazing. I love that. So across the hall this morning, we have our children, and they're over here. Today, their lesson is managing emotions. Their lesson focus is to explore choices we can make to manage our emotions. Also, how to let our emotions out in positive ways. I think that's good for everybody here, too. But if we could all just rub your hands together, get that good energy going, nice and flowing. And if you know the affirmation for the kids, you can say it with me. And if you don't know it, you just hold your hands up and send them awesome energy. Ready? Children, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Awesome.
Hi, I'm Trisha, for those of you that don't know me. I am blessed to be in Mystic Sounds with these two angels. So, here's some announcements. Unity of Melbourne will have a booth at Space Coast Pride on September 28th. Anyone interested in helping, contact Kim Price. Kim is waving her hand there after the service. If you want to help out with that event, please see her. Thank you, Kim. All right, this is an exciting announcement. We are bringing back the choir. Woo! Choir and creativity gatherings start on Saturday afternoons in mid-September. See Deborah for details.
And then next Sunday, September 1st, is a very special day. Joey and Janine are having their 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulations to them, and we especially, woohoo, where are they?
There's Janine right over there.
Woohoo! And be sure to join us for a very special Sunday service as they renew their vows.
Talk about an abundance of love, right?
Abundance of love for sure.
All right. Unity is a place of prayer. We have prayer chaplains here to continue to hold space with you after the sound bath, if that's something that you desire. Chaplains, can you just stand or wave your hands and identify yourselves? You can recognize them because they have stoles on, either white or blue stoles. And so if, when we're finished with our extended sound bath meditation, you have something that you would like to continue to hold space about, seek out those people. They are here to do that with you. And offering, unlike a normal service where we have a specific part of the service designated for sharing our gifts and offerings, today we have placed a basket back there by the door, and you can just place your sharing of your abundance in that basket at the end of the service. We're just going to let that happen on its own today. All right. Anything else we need to say? Yes, if you're online, I think maybe Joseph has posted a link where you can donate to this ministry online if that's something you would like to do today. Speaking of online, because the service today does not lend itself well to live streaming, we have a pre-recorded lesson and meditation for our online attendees, and please just stand by for a moment, online folks, while Joseph makes that happen for you.
Thank you. Well, good morning and happy June. Yesterday, June 1st, we know on the Florida calendar is the first day of a season. And right here, right now, we are claiming and affirming that we will get through this season with ease and with grace. On the Unity calendar, June is the month in which we honor, celebrate, and really affirm our power of imagination. So I invite everyone right here, right now, to just take a minute and imagine a season without even a bad weather warning. Claim it. You know, as co-creators with God, we are co-creators with God. The life that we have, the experiences that we wish for, are a direct result, the experiences that we have, are a direct result of our own power of imagination. Think about it for a moment. If you imagine beauty, if you imagine harmony, if you imagine peace, it's going to unfold in your life. You know, when I was a little kid, is my walking mic working now, Randy? No. Oh, okay, I'll stay right here then. I was about to start strolling around, but I want to make sure you hear me. When I was a little kid, we lived high on a hill in an apartment building, and even though we were only on the second floor, because the hill was very steep, at night, I always imagined that I could touch the stars, and I would sit on a bench right in front of a window beside my bed, and I would just gaze at the stars and count the stars and imagine that I was flying among the stars. Many, many nights I fell asleep and I woke up, my mom had clearly picked me up and put me in bed. But I was a daydreamer. As I imagined myself soaring among the stars, I created all kinds of beautiful worlds. And it was one of the things that I look back on and I smile, because there was no limit to what my 5, 6, 4, 3-year-old brain could fathom. Of course, as I look back on those nights when I was so young and so little that I could actually be picked up and put in bed without even knowing it, I came to understand that the little girl who climbed out of bed to stare at the stars was actually remembering that I was once totally and completely with God. As I imagine myself soaring through the stars, among the stars, and dancing on the clouds, I remembered what I truly am. Now, I'm sure a lot of other people in here have memories similar, if not identical, to mine. But we forget as we grow. By the time we're able to talk, because we start walking before we start talking normally, and the first words that we speak are usually, if not mama and daddy, no. And that word is no because that's what's been told to us. Our truth has been conditioned out of us by all of those no's. Little children are confident that they have the power to create and co-create with God and bringing forth the truth of who they really are. Now, I honestly don't remember when I stopped visiting my imaginary starry world. I truly don't remember when that ended. But I do know that the frequency of those imaginary journeys diminished with the passage of time and with my growing up and growing into a world that stifles imagination in its purest form. And when that happened, I lost confidence in my ability to imagine the world as it should be. Think about that. We lose confidence in our ability to be the Christ that we know we are deep down inside. We forget it. Cora Fillmore, who was Charles Fillmore's second wife, he got married again. Myrtle made her transition, and I don't remember the exact time span, but he did remarry this lady named Cora, who worked with them at the village. And Cora wrote this in a book called Christ Enthroned in Man. She described imagination as a divine chisel that we use to shape our own inner thoughts. And she added that it is through divine imagination that our souls get that first impulse to expand, and to develop an awareness of what our lives could be. Just think about that for a moment. Our souls get the first impulse to expand and develop our awareness of what our lives truly could be. In essence, we manifest the things that take place in our inner thoughts. Law of attraction, what you think about, you bring about. So think about bringing forth and renewing that confidence to bring about the world that you truly, truly want. You can do that with that gift, that power of imagination. In a book he wrote called Prosperity, Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of Unity, wrote these words. He said, "In our human understanding, we have divorced this imagining power of the mind from the executive power." The executive power is that power that moves things and pushes things into physical materialization. So now let us bring them together and unify them. For when imagination and will work together, all things are possible. We can do all things. Jesus understood that law. And this is what he shared in the 14th chapter of John, verse 12. Jesus told us that we can do anything and everything that he did, and even greater things than these. This means that just as Jesus understood and he used this law, the truth, the power of imagination, we can do the same thing. Having the confidence, the absolute confidence, to step outside of our comfort zone, step outside of that space where we feel constricted and restrained and controlled and stifled. Using our imaginations is the only way to change our lives and bring about a permanent change in our lives. We have the power within us to tap into this power of imagination. And tapping into that gift comes through meditation, comes through prayer, and it comes through being constantly, continuously open and receptive to the indwelling Christ consciousness that guides us. That's the only thing that's going to allow this. We can take this slide down now. Thank you. One of my teachers, and I've talked about him numerous times before, Unity minister, Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, he co-authored a book called Power Up. And that book is all about the 12 powers. And in the chapter on imagination, he talks about unconscious imagination and conscious imagination. Cher Holton is the other co-author of this book. And in that chapter, they describe unconscious imagination as something that is rooted in the subconscious mind. In other words, if you are confident that you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to doing, 9 times out of 10, you can and you will do it. Conscious imagination is based on something that is physical, something that is tangible, something that you can perceive with your 5 senses. I don't know what happened. Those things that you can see, Here, put your hands on, taste, smell. Everybody is different. Even identical twins are different when it comes to what goes on internally. Everyone's gifts and powers manifest in a different manner. So now I'm going to share with you a visualization exercise from that book, Power Up. In other words, we're going to meditate. So I invite you right now to clear your laps of anything you might be holding on to. Put your feet flat on the floor, grounding yourself. Indicate your willingness to receive all that God has to share with you by placing your palms in your lap, open, facing upward. And if you're comfortable in doing so, I invite you to just gently, very gently, allow your eyelids to close. Take a deep breath. 2 more deep cleansing breaths. Breathing in that energy, that grace, that power that emanates directly from the indwelling Christ. Now just imagine with confidence, just imagine the perfect scenario for your life. Take a few moments and just imagine the absolute perfect scenario for your life. Now, I invite you to narrow it down to just one specific area that you'd like to work on. But one thing that you would like to see differently, that you would like to change in your life. Now, as you think about that one thing, create a vivid image of yourself successfully achieving your goal. What does this look like? How does it feel? What are you doing? What are you saying? What thoughts are moving through your mind? Who are you with? Make your visualization as specific, as broad-reaching, and as impactful as you possibly can. And pay attention. Pay very close attention to each and every minute detail. Just imagine. Imagine what your home could be. Just imagine. Imagine what your relationships could be. Just imagine. Imagine what your bank account could look like. Just imagine. Imagine how healthy you could be. Just imagine what your life could be. Just imagine what the world would be like. Imagine what the world would be like if we all just had the courage and the confidence to use our gift of imagination each and every moment of each and every day. I'd like for you to silently repeat this affirmation to yourself. My imagination brings possibilities to my life. I have the courage to imagine. So now I invite you to rub your hands together, bring your consciousness back to this space, and let's say it together aloud. My imagination brings possibilities to my life. I have the courage to imagine. Let's do it again. My imagination brings possibilities to my life. I have the courage to imagine. You know, there's a woman, and I'm not sure if she's still living or not. She's from Scotland. Her name is Eileen Caddy. And she did a video, and I honestly don't remember what year right now, on YouTube. And I'm just going to share a little bit of that from you because it's about 10 or 15 minutes long, and that would be my whole talk time. She is the co-founder of the Findhorn Foundation. It is a spiritual community. And she talks about the first time she heard God's voice. I'm just going to share a couple of sentences with you. I'm not going to go into the whole 10, 15-minute thing. She said, do not waste time trying to overcome your weaknesses and failures. Simply raise your consciousness, transcend and free your thoughts from limitation and illusion, and find within the very center of your being a wholeness and completeness. It is only your thoughts that hold you back. Think about that. While you're thinking, remember, only your thoughts hold you back. The only limit to your imagination is right here between your ears. Get beyond that. Let it go. Move beyond all of that cultural conditioning we have all been subjected to, and be the Christ you know you are. God bless you.